Hello everybody and welcome to Subnautica 2. My name is John and we are going to do a solo playthrough today. And for a little bit of backstory, I do have a couple hours of gameplay already uploaded on my channel, but I decided to not play after playing those 2 hours for a while. It's probably been, I think, over a month? Yeah, definitely over a month. Since I played the game. I'm sure there's been, there's 1.1 now. It's still, of course, in early access, so I'm sure not much has changed, but I haven't read up on the game much at all since then, and I'm going to be opting for more of the best way to describe it is one of my favorite YouTubers, About Oliver, the way he played the first game, Subnautica 1. He played it pretty much, he scanned everything, read everything in his PDA, nothing went unread, and I'm a big fan of that style of gameplay. And so this one's going to be a more tame, laid-back, chill, taking my time playthrough. I'm not in any rush, and I'm sure it's not going to be too long. I mean, the game's in early access still, but so before we get into it, just expect a very slow, methodical. So I basically want to learn everything about this game, pretty much, because I see when Oliver plays the first game on his channel, he reads everything, and from what I saw of him playing it, he loved the game. So I want to kind of replicate that in my own way, because I loved the first game, but I never did that with it. So since I have this opportunity now, this is my other playthrough that I have uploaded that I just never came back to, but I'm just going to start a new one, and we're just going to go from there. Survival, play single player. Now, I am going to save all the intro PDA stuff until after I'm done dying, so don't expect me to read that immediately. Alright, the flight to the desert world Zero will last 14 years. It is a one-way trip. When you awaken, your new life begins. I don't think we're going there, considering it's Subnautica, literally underwater. And let's see, what are the options? So they haven't added much to this front yet, which is fine. I think I'm just gonna stick with the red and the blue. I'm a big fan of this color scheme.
Blueprint complete. PDA implant reset to factory settings.
Fun. Actively self-release. At least we're full on food and water.
Warning. Atmospheric pressure above human maximum. Projected lifespan 13 minutes. Adaptation required.
Noted. Alright. You're Noah. Yep, you're Noah. Let's see what he has to say.
I am Noah. You're the QI. Your life is my job. My job is your life. I wish I could make full introductions, but courtesies must wait. We are both going to die if we stay here. There's another Noah node in the life pod outside. Get me there and I can get us both to safety.
This gotta be a lie. He doesn't die. We know
You are
that.
burning in slow motion.
He's a robot.
Under 60 atmospheres of pressure, oxygen becomes a neurotoxin. Nitrogen bubbles saturate your flesh and pry your joints apart.
Well,
I've opened the door to the adaptation chamber. Your printed body can borrow tricks from indigenous life. You'll feel better. You'll be better. The last pioneer didn't make it to the life pod. I'm activating their black box signal. You will make it.
Come on.
That's why you're the QI.
I mean, his failure kind of led to me being able to leave,
User
so
death imminent. Proceed to adaptation.
I'll take him as somewhat of a sacrifice.
General Pioneer Nanotech. Your body can adapt survival traits from a Zazuran rat. Proceed to the sampling pavilion.
From a rat.
Gene donor found.
How exactly?
You must adapt alien traits to survive. Adapt synthesis. Pressure tolerance increased.
Beautiful.
Vital signs stabilizing. Congratulations. This orb is now your relative.
I've always loved that line. Always in the one playthrough I've had. I remember that line though. This orb is your relative. You are of no use. There's nothing in here I'm missing, right? Yeah. This is all fully explored. It's a starting area. There's nothing to see over here. I'm not seeing it.
Scanning.
Let's get out of here already.
Adaptation. Clear for work.
Exactly that did, but we'll see.
Barometric depth gauge activated.
Ugh. Hello, sir.
Print terminated by.
Didn't make it too far.
Barotrauma. A serious accident has occurred. Your sleep bay has been separated from the cicada.
Yeah, this area.
You must reach the surface and send a distress call.
Looks like we're here. Hello, Noah. My friend, Noah. Done. Thank you. The sleep bay was extremely confined. Assess mission state, please. That'd be
My
great.
full name is Noetic Advisor Node, ISV CIDS B3. Between us, I prefer Noah.
It's pretty long.
You are the QI, the qualified investigator. Wear it with pride. We have made violent planetfall. I don't know the status of the pioneer colonists, the cicada, or the 40,000 souls stored in its quartz memory.
That's a couple.
If we're going to complete the mission to build a human future on this world, you will have to lead the way. Are you ready to begin?
Of course I am.
I can't release the life pod. The clamps have corroded shut. The tyranny of matter. You'll have to swim out and release them manually. They're on the back of the pod, outside the passenger window. Mind your breath.
Will do, Noah. Set my spawn point. So I got you already. Pretty sure there's nothing else to see around here, but well, I hope there's nothing else. Back here. I think. What is this? I'm sure I'll learn later. Such a great start to the game. Just throwing you down 600 meters. It's like you will have to face this eventually. Maybe not soon, but you're definitely gonna have to go down that far. Alright, Noah. I think we're all good.
Life pod release. Trajectory error. Collision. Collision. Thrusters disabled. Clearing main thrusters. Stand by.
What a shot.
Thruster function restored. Brace for corrective reorientation. Collision. Collision. Obstructions detected. Increasing thrusters. Releasing parachute. Error. Error. Release firing mechanism failure. Brace for impact.
Oof. Just like the first
Wake up.
game.
Starnav does not recognize the sky. Titan-class biosignature on the horizon.
Here we go.
You are
Look at
not
that.
on Caesura, Pioneer.
You don't say. This doesn't look too deserty to me. I don't know about you. Oh, what a beautiful design. So that thing's alive. Titan class biosignature. This biosignature, either it's a bunch of living things accumulating into that, or that's just one organism, which I don't see it moving, so leads me to believe it's a bunch of little ones. Alright. Now it's databank time, and it's time to start reading a bunch of stuff. Alright, honestly, let's start with the contract in the PDA industry. We'll just go up. Alright. I, the pawn, agree. 1. That I accept Altera Alms as my sponsor for resettlement of the out of the former Mongolian independent states. 2. That I will be transported as digital information aboard the colony ship Cicada to the planet Zazura, the New World, and fabricated on arrival. 3. That I will construct, improve, and operate a colony on the New World without wage or salary, working off my debt. 4. That I refuse holiday, retirement, or permanent death until the Noetic Advisor System, NOAA, determines that I am a permanent, self-sustaining human future, determines that a permanent, self-sustaining human future on the New World is achieved. So I cannot die until that happens. That's fun. 5. That I release Altera Corporation from any liability for permanent death or military conscription by the Trans-System Federation if caused by the ongoing conflict with the Kara Xeno system. So Kara, we know from the last game, is the virus, the Kara virus, that ravaged billions and billions of living organisms. Whether those were intelligent beings, I'm not too sure, but I know that it killed billions of people. So essentially, we are basically in, as a pessimist would view it, a hell until a hell as in where was it? Here. Noah determines when we die, for real die. So we get reprinted with these wherever they are. It's on this side, I think. With these reprinting stations. So they choose when you die, which is just a little bit on the side of dystopian, but come on, it's not that bad. You're just working off your debt. So, the ongoing conflict with the Kara Xeno system. Now, I'm not too smart to know what this means, but I'm sure we'll learn later in the game. PDA history. Okay. PDA history. Although the acronym PDA dates back to pre-expansion Earth, historians generally agree that these early devices were not true PDAs. They lacked a personality, and they were not an active agenetic assistant. True PDAs become popular in the mid-21st century as a solution to the problem of information overload, both in high-risk professions and in the political and domestic sphere. Human affairs had become increasingly specialized and siloed, and it was no longer possible for individual specialists, let alone ordinary people, to reliably understand what needed to be done and why. PDAs are designed to guide their users' attention to the clearest, most pressing information in their environment. I definitely need a PDA. That's what they do. Civilian PDAs generally operate from discrete form factors, such as handheld units. Military and pioneer PDAs may be printed directly into the user's body. Although these integrated PDAs are more responsive and powerful, they come with various risks associated with direct nervous system contact, including the possibility that the PDA will register the user's delirium or hallucinations as real phenomena. See your end-user license agreement for more details. The term PDA psychosis is alarmist and inaccurate. I'm sure it's not, because in the last game, Subnautica 1, whenever you looked at a mesmer, the thing that pulled you in...
The Noetic Advisor has transmitted an alert.
Noted. Okay.
Notice the intrusive and persistent heart icon.
I see.
Return to the life pod at your convenience.
So back to what I was...
Remember that you are in command of the mission.
Please. This is totally bull, because whenever you looked at the mesmers in the first game, the PDA would literally tell you to go towards them. So, yeah, sorry Altera, you're kind of misleading. Strong psychological attachments to a particular PDA personality are normal and expected. Speak to a therapist or an alteric companion if these attachments begin to interfere with your work and life. Remember that your emotional involvement with a machine designed to learn your preferences is a form of narcissism. While narcissism can be a successful business model, it can also lead to many negative outcomes. Yeah. PDAs save lives, whether catching errors in surgical checklists, flagging oversights in spacecraft maintenance, or simply remembering which ingredients you've already added to your child's special homemade birthday cake. PDAs are the frontline soldiers in a struggle to optimize humanity's intelligence and performance to match the ferocious threats of deep space. I think I just heard something outside. We'll get back to that. The second black box, or first black box? Alright, let's see. Black box unknown, depth 580 meters. Black box unknown. Unable to identify black box, invalid header. Post-mortem. This pioneer died of drowning. They became disoriented and ran out of air. They died alone. Time of death unknown. Reprint state unknown. Continuity determination unknown. So this was the one right next to the light pod, I think that's how that works. I didn't see a body, so maybe they reprinted? But like, maybe not. Maybe something ate him, which is probably a worse thought. So this guy is going to be the suit guy. If you are currently underwater, close your PDA and move to an air supply immediately. Black box unknown. Unable to identify black box, invalid header. Post-mortem. This pioneer died of barotrauma. Their suit was pressurized to 1 atmosphere and collapsed under 60 atmospheres of external pressure. Oh, it doesn't... I guarantee it doesn't look nice inside that suit. They died alone. Time of death unknown. Reprint state unknown. Continuity determination unknown. So continuity determination is, I'm guessing, the NOAA determining whether you could continue. That makes sense. Let's actually do pressure tolerance since we're on there. And then we'll do these. We'll fly right through these, don't worry. Alright. Pressure tolerance. At 100 meters below the surface, the pressure on your body is over 10 times what it is on land. It's like an elephant standing on every square inch of you. Humans must breathe air under equal pressure or the lungs cannot inflate, but this carries severe risks. Below 40 meters, the nitrogen in the air becomes narcotic, causing impaired judgment, delirium, and anesthesia. Natural anesthesia, huh? As pressure increases, oxygen becomes toxic, causing tunnel vision, tinnitus, vertigo, and convulsions. Oof. Each additional 10 meters of depth increases the pressure by 1 atmosphere. Breathing normal air at 600 meters and 60 atmospheres of pressure is fatal. The extreme pressures force gas molecules into the body's tissues, saturating them like soda and disrupting their necessary function. Deep sea organisms produce a molecule known as TMAO, trimethylamine N-oxide. TMAO is a stiffener for water molecules, helping them hold their shape against pressure. Okay, I'm learning something. Adapting your body to produce this stiffener will reduce the rate of gas saturation, allowing your pioneer nanomachines to clean up the fatal fizz as fast as it develops. This adaptation may result in long-term liver damage, but the consequences fall beyond your current survival horizon. This adaptation will also prevent trimethylaminuria, a condition in which seafood diet can lead to a powerful fishy body odor. Oh. Fun. Alright, AEP suit. AEP suit operating instructions. Step into an AEP suit legs, wiggle hips while drawing suit up to shoulders, then insert hands into suit arms. PDA will automatically configure suit sensors and catheters according to your preference. Okay. I hope I'm not thinking of what that is. Background. The Altera All-Environment Protection Suit, or the AEP suit, never the APE suit, is the second skin for pioneers. Populated with the latest Trans-System Federation nanotechnology to guard against bacterial and fungal threats, can be refreshed with licensed yogurt products. Okay. Bonds with the user's body and implanted PDA to monitor vital signs, hydration, and calorie budget. Whoa. Intuitive neural heads-up display. Gel layer protects against soft radiation and temperature. Full service skincare, including rash suppression, pinch clearance, and sore lavage lotions sold separately. Scavenges dissolved gases from the Pioneer's body to prevent barrel trauma. The bends, we heard. Compresses the body into ideal movement postures at some risk to the user's modesty. Traps air to maintain neural buoyancy. Neutral buoyancy, not neural buoyancy. What would neural buoyancy mean? Ugh. Suit surface can express micro texture to reduce drag. Constant electrical and optical feedback optimizes biorhythms and helps manage health emergencies. The latest and most radical AEP designs include a suction pump on the wrist, which mates with an implanted shunt in the Pioneer's body to sample alien tissues. Please consult your onboarding waiver for the Advanced Resilient Colonist Holobiont Infrastructure Program, Archie. I'd much prefer that. For technical details of adapting your body to alien worlds. All environment protection, the only starship you can wear. Changelog. Removed Git. Guess my dogs don't like that. Changelog. Removed Get a Thicker Skin slogan after legal challenges regarding implied emotional control. The AP suit does not offer mental health services or workplace counseling. PDA. What I'm using. Alright, calm down over there. I'll get to you. Operating instructions. Attend to PDA voice or invoke full screen interface to read, as you are doing now. Check all PDA tabs to ensure that you understand their function. Background. The Personal Digital Assistant, PDA, is a cybernetic augment to the customer's consciousness. It tracks and sorts the user's vital signs, possessions, information, and fabricated blueprints. PDA holds the sum total of human knowledge in a compressed quartz archive. It synthesizes this knowledge with scans you gather to generate databank entries on unknown species and phenomena. These databank entries can be the difference between life and death, for you or for your entire colony. Remember the acronyms. ABC, always be checking. BLR, be like Riley. I think that was us from the last game. Last game is like the first Subnautica, not Below Zero. If you're lost or confused, review your PDA. Remember that Riley Robinson's PDA and scanner brought him home safely in the face of unforeseen and catastrophic hazards. If a non-essential system maintenance chief can trust his PDA that completely, so can you. Oh, that's fun. Alright, distraction flare. Oh, this is what she looks like. We got one right here. Alright. Operating instructions. Equip to quick access tool belt. Hold an active end away from the hand. Ignite, hold or throw to illuminate space or toss away from self to distract attention. Background. A pyrotechnic flare to mark position, illuminate space, or distract predators. Oh, what's that? The flare contains powdered metals such as oxidizer, both synthesized from trace elements such as strontium, chlorine, oxygen, and nitrogen, and normal fabricator feedstock. When triggered, the two substances combine, releasing light, heat, and gas. The flare does not need air to burn, but it may ignite flammable atmospheres such as hydrogen, oxygen pockets, or methane. Well, that would be pretty bad. Pioneers often prefer flares to chem lights due to their brightness and heat, which may intimidate or intrigue alien organisms.
The Noetic Advisor has transmitted an alert. Return to the life pod at your convenience.
Rauli Isotolo, one of the Zura expedition's celebrity consultants, demanded that pyrotechnic flares be included in the default fabricator offerings. Assessment vital defensive tool carry always. Why can't everyone be included? Like everything be included in the default fabricator? Just be too easy. basic first aid. Equip the quick access tool belt or store in your inventory used to regain health. So the operating instructions, I forgot to say that. Background: a satchel of emergency medical supplies derives from the TSF, Frontiersman Frontline Trauma Kits. Trans-System Federation, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember. The med kit is designed to self-apply. You never know when you'll end up the last one standing. Okay. That's quite the way to put it. Because the black box, implants, and biobeds can provide long-term care, the med kit is intended to keep you moving and working long enough to escape a dangerous situation or complete a difficult task. The kit supplies seals, painkillers, hemostatic dressings, temporary tourniquets, conformal splints, fluid transfusions, nerve bridges, needle pumps, spray flesh. Spray flesh. Is that a real thing? Spray flesh. Stimulants and other rapid effectors. Spray flesh? Okay, sure. I need to look that up soon. Okay, the medkit may aggravate long-term injury in order to achieve short-term performance. Health is equity, and modern medicine gives you the confidence to leverage that equity in pursuit of success. Yeah, ain't that a thing? The emergency medkit. Now your health is a renewable resource. That's all of them for now. So we know everything in here, and I want to keep that up. It's already nighttime. Okay. First of all, there we go. Let's only take one of them. I did say this was going to be a really long playthrough, so I'm kind of holding myself on there. Okay. Start with the sprout guy.
This isn't Caesura. I thought you should discover that for yourself, investigator. There should be a colony waiting for us. Your fellow pioneers, my fellow Noanodes, working together to break ground for those who still sleep. Instead, silence. Not even the cicada answers. We are alone. I've sent your PDA the standard survival guide. While you pioneer the area and fabricate your tools, I'll apply myself to the life pod sensors.
Beautiful. Thank you, Noah. Speaking of those missing colonists.
I printed 26 colonists before the sleep bay drowned. Many of them more than once. This is my purpose. To reincarnate you from digital storage, support your work, and if necessary, reverse your death. If I lose track of my colonists, I am empowered to send a qualified investigator to track them down.
That's me.
Do this for me, and I can offer you hazard pay. Credit against your contract debt.
That sounds good.
Risk code, Sierra Ordinal Warrant 2. I am already searching for the black boxes of the missing colonists. Stand by for search locations. Downloading colony manifests to your PDA. I'm monitoring noxiously elevated viral loads in the seawater. Heavy metal assays detect bone-blistering levels of cadmium, lead, and chromium. This planet is already killing you. We have to know if the life pod biobed can help. Find a convenient way to die. Your black box will phase your mind to the biobed. I'll print you in a new body. You can return to your point of exit to retrieve dropped items. Regular reprinting may help slow down environmental contamination. It's not a long-term solution, but for now, we have to triage.
I don't feel like dying right now. But it kind of wants me to. But I don't want to. I want to see how long I can go without dying.
I understand.
Okay. Good. Alright. Some new stuff. Ocean viruses. Viruses are strands of genetic material, DNA or RNA, that hijack living cells to produce copies of themselves. Viruses are not bacteria, which are living cells. 1. Obligate parasites. I think I said that right. Viruses cannot replicate without a host cell. When traveling between cells, viruses form a protein shell known as a virion, which can survive for hours or days. 2. Common, but not specialized. But specialized. Viruses are the most abundant biological entity on Earth. Other worlds with genetic life also exhibit viruses. Unlike bacteria, viruses cannot cross between alien biologies. They must hijack living cells, a process which requires coevolution like a key in a lock, or a software virus targeting a particular operating system vulnerability. 3. Important to oceans. Prior to the Holocene collapse, viruses were essential to the function of Earth's oceans. More than 10 million viruses lived in each droplet of seawater, infecting and killing more than 20% of all seaborne microorganisms each day? Wow. The cycle returned nutrients to the ocean for growth. I wonder if is that real? That's crazy. 4. High viral load. Sea viruses on this world are large and numerous. They are characterized by complex genomes and retroviral activity. The ability to insert their genes into a host genome without further observation. It is impossible to know if this is an anomaly or within normal range. Generating designation proteovirus. 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 Sure. That's great. I'll start here. Well, it's a little late. Colony manifest. It's a bunch of names. Let's try to pronounce all of them. There's a few I'm looking at that are looking not so fun. Alright. Sophie Butcher. Sophie Butcher. Wei Chen. Rhiannon E. Anibish E. Turbish E. Anita Gottschall. Phoebe Grammaticas. Sean Harris. Raleigh Isotolo. Anand K. Wang Mo K. Lucretia Kapoor. Why did I say it like that? Zizipora Malk. Kinu Mogami. Nahima Nakoda. Raza Niorinte. No. Mark Bro. Ganzerig S. Meliku S. Udal Singh Chap Savan Anar T. Tobuka T. Zigmantis Tarvidus. Lang Hai Wu. Alright, survival guide. Oh, great. Survival guide. Until contact with the colony or the cicada is restored, your survival is in your hands. Sync with the nearest biobed. 1. Sync with the nearest biobed. 2. Review fabricator blueprints and basic equipment such as survival multi-tool and flares. 3. Search the area for basic resources, copper, quartz, and titanium. Find a source of fresh water and digestible food. 5. Find a source of acid for basic batteries and then fabricate a scanner. 6. Scan everything you see. Oh yeah, that's what we'll be doing. 7. Fabricate mobility equipment such as fins and an oxygen tank. 8. Fabricate a habitat builder tool. Work to expand the colony. 9. Be alert for updates from your noetic advisor. As a pioneer, your goal is to build a future for humanity on this world, not the zero, this world. 40,000 sleeping colonists are counting on you. When in doubt, fall back on your training. To find new resources, explore unknown regions, and construct a base scanner station. Survive hostile wildlife, use flares to distract the threat, carry a medkit for wound treatment. Unlock new blueprints, scan fragments, or data cards left by other pioneers. Determine your next goal, review your PDA's databank and log, and consult your noetic advisor. Altera anticipates that you need to adapt human colonists to alien worlds. Consider installing approved biomods to help you thrive. Oh yeah, in the biobeds. Biomod station, I think, is where we get there. But I think it's time to actually jump in. After all this, I think it's actually eat this. So I'm only low on water. Let's check our blueprints. All this stuff. Let's actually read all this stuff. Basic fins, simple diving fins that provide a small speed boost. Standard air tank holds breathing air, standard for all environment respiration design. Survival multi-tool, standard issue pioneer tool for harvesting tougher materials. Air bladder, rapid flotation bladder for emergency ascents, can be inhaled to supply a few seconds of air. So it's 2 uses. That's good. Scanner, critical survival tool, scans the world to generate databank entries and fabrication blueprints. I'm probably gonna get that. That's one of my first things. Salvage titanium, 4 from metal salvage. Crudely convert salvage into raw titanium. Glass, align quartz crystal, hard, clear, and tough. Fiber, organic fiber, closer to plastic or latex than cellulose. Mild acid, mild rayon-derived acid. Rubber, flexible, tough insulator derived by biopolymers. Grease, fatty soap, and mineral oil. Multiple applications. Portable, basic battery, portable energy supply, replace often. Copper wire, conductive wire for basic electrical work. Water, basic human need. Drink to avert death. Do not drink seawater. Basic first aid kit, we can't make that. Interesting. Emergency medical satchel, derived from the Frontiersman medkits. And the distraction flare, expendable light source, high likelihood of creature response. Now, we're probably gonna have to look for water immediately. That's fine. So we're all set to take our first dip. Let's get in.
Locating the colony is your best chance of survival. A prolonged search will require food and water.
So real quick, let's gather some.
From hand tools to corrosion-resistant habitats, titanium is an ideal structural material. This quartz contains dead coral polyps. It may have formed on or near a coral dome.
That's good. I'll grab one more of these water slides. Actually 2. So I have a couple in my inventory whenever I need that water. Got a little ear pocket too, that's fun.
Copper is key to simple electronics. Bacterial action creates copper on cave roofs and overhangs.
It's definitely going to be one of the more needed things in this game. I can guarantee that. Let's load up on copper and titanium. Inventory full.
The portable locker can be hand carried or attached to a hard point. Avoid oxygen. Inform your co-workers before moving their stash. Seek fresh water intake.
Gotcha. Alright, we're gonna drop that there and we'll... Pretty sure you can craft from inventory in this game.
Seawater sampling detects a source of genetic adaptations in this region, tracking a bloom of viral activity at the same source. Investigate with caution.
Noted. Just gonna make 4 waters real quick. I need to actually stay in there. Oh. I'm gonna drink 2 of them, and then we're gonna throw a bunch of our stuff in here, and we're gonna see what we can do. So
of all the equipment available to TSF Frontiersmen, only this demilitarized switch axe is approved for colonial fabrication. In untrained hands, firearms are primarily used to harm other colonists, or the self.
So we need to go to that ADSI radon or whatever it is. Real quick, let me see if there's a PDA pause. I guess I'll cancel. PDA pause anywhere? Camera bobbing, gamma, no. This is what I'm looking for, PDA pause. Is there any PDA pause? That would be fantastic. No. This is just graphics. I don't think there's a PDA pause, guys. That's kind of disappointing. Oh well. I'm not too worried about it. I just have to lose hunger and stuff whenever I am reading. Alright, databank. What we got here is survival multi-tool. Survival multi-tool. Oh wow. Operating instructions. Equipped a quick access tool belt. Strike targets to shatter small resource deposits, cut samples, harvest material, drive off attackers. Cuttable targets trigger an icon in your HUD, prompting you to equip and to use the survival multi-tool. Background. A downscaled
civilian advisor has transmitted an alert. Return to the life pod at your convenience.
A downscaled civilian version of the combat-tested SR-3 Striker. Switch axe, which the TSF frontiersmen used to hack apart Karat infestation. The frontiersmen learned that even hardened combat knives quickly lose their edge when wasted on sawing, prying, and percussive maintenance. Axes and hammers were more useful for breaking up resource deposits and fine cut work like gutting or fiber splicing. And fine cut work like gutting or fiber splicing can be left to fabricators. Altera applied these findings to produce an all-titanium survival multi-tool, which features a longer lever arm and a solid hammer/pry claw for hand mining. A sharp reverse edge retains the knife's utility in cutting and self-defense, though this remains strictly a last resort. Despite protests from the seasoned pioneers such as celebrity survivor Riley Isotolo, Altera has replaced the standard knife with the survival multi-tool and the Cicada's basic fabricator offerings. Although all fabricators are capable of producing firearms such as the P+, M39K, and G70GX, these weapons are only licensed for trained specialists such as TSF frontiersmen. In the hands of untrained colonists, evidence indicates that firearms are most likely to be discharged against other colonists or the self. That's so fun. Who's killing themselves with that? Come on, what are we doing? Alright, so I need the acid rayon, which I think, yep, right down here. And we can make ourselves a scanner. And we can scan everything. And we can start reading everything.
Acid can be used to make basic chemical batteries.
Noted. Is there any other deposits I was moving? Or not moving, missing? Not yet, no. Let's see, is there any uses for it? I guess mild acid, but I'm just gonna 2 batteries. Looks like 3 batteries. Now we have a scanner. This is gonna make
Stranded on
so
4546B.
many things.
Riley Robinson used a field scanner to outwit teleporting alien cyborgs and treat his Kara infection. Behavioral economists still debate why Riley abandoned a lucrative motivational speaking career to return to frontier life.
Alright, this scanner. Oh, this one's long. Operating instructions. Equipped a quick access tool belt. Never remove. Scan everything. Scanning technology fragments will generate new blueprints. Scannable targets trigger an icon in your HUD, prompting you to equip and use the scanner. Background. Altera's Pride, the essential science and survival tool. In cooperation with a PDA, the spectral scanner can image and analyze anything a pioneer encounters. Riley Robinson used a standard field scanner to discover and cure 4546B's Karat infestation, a feat of solitary survival unmatched in human history. Yeah, I did that, by the way. That was me. The scanner is a hyperspectral imager, integrating techniques from resonance-enhanced Raman spectroscopy to spiff-muon tomography. What is even saying right now? What is even being said? Okay, hold on. The scanner is a hyperspectral imager integrating techniques from resonance-enhanced Raman spectroscopy to spiff-muon tomography. There's got to be a better way of saying that. The PDA then generates a best fit theory from a corpus of past data. Let me scroll over When generating names and databank entries, PDA considers, but does not always respect, the user's cultural background, educational accomplishments, and personal preferences. Scan fragments of technology to add their blueprints to your PDA databank. Multiple fragment scans may be required to synthesize a complete blueprint. Novel species are assigned an easy-to-remember name and a databank entry populated with best guess behavior, anatomy, niche reproduction, and evolution. Bannery. Remember that this information is provisional. Altera cannot be held liable for errors or mistakes caused by a mismatch between AI induction and real outcomes. The user may run a self-scan to determine their own physical well-being, but this function is usually redundant with implanted PDA diagnostics and biomed scans. Data gathered with the scanner can also be delivered to a higher order artificial intelligence, such as the Altera's Noetic Advisor, to generate advanced theory. The Altera Hyperspectral Scanner, that's all you need to know. Intellectual property generated by use of Altera Hyperspectral Scanner, including but not limited to novel physical and biological theory, genetic and biomechanical applications, and licensing rights for charismatic species, is by default assigned to the user's employer in perpetuity. Terms of the contract may vary. Gotcha. Alright, Noah. I've ignored you long enough. Black box. Anita.
Contact. I've located the black box of Anita Gottschall, the colony purser. Partial voice data retrieved.
I know. You're listening. It's poison. Just help us eat.
Anita always liked to watch you shuffle cards. She said you had a knack for holding things. Find out what happened to her. Signal location uploaded to your PDA.
What is this? Why do you need to say that? I don't understand. Are you like are you thinking I'm grieving right now and that's like your way of comforting me? I don't understand. It's not dark out, so we're good. I'll make my way over there. I'm in no rush. Let's start scanning. What's this? Mimic pylon. Let's actually stand over this and then read that. Tentatively, Pyloraptor mimic, a predatory animal disguised as a leafy kelp. It doesn't have the danger levels on. It sucks. Discharges electrical shock when disturbed. 1. Cephalopod-like body. Resembles an octopus or squid-planted mantle down in the seabed, with its arms spread to mimic kelp. Pouches of symbiotic bacteria between the arms allow it to photosynthesize. A beak at the center of the arms is plugged with mucus. 2. Electrical hunting. Forearms contain electrolytes, organs which build up electrocytes, not electrolytes, electrocytes. Organs which build up electrical charge when when disturbed by prey. This electrocysts discharge. The electrocysts discharge, causing paralysis or death. It's unclear if the prey are directly eaten, if they decompose in a garden around the mimic pylon. Organisms which feed on external decay are known as saprotrophs. Jeez, this is gonna be it's gonna be a grammar. It's gonna be a grammar check for me. 3. Implies kelp. The pylon's cryptic aggressive mimicry of leafy kelp implies that kelp must exist on this world. Most species in Earth's oceans eat to survive, with primary production, the conversion of sunlight into biomass, carried out by plankton and algae. Leafy kelp were a late evolutionary development. 4. Cave mouth strategy. Mimic pylons tend to cluster around sea cave entrances, perhaps to feed on organisms entering or leaving the caves. Alternately, and speculatively, They may have been planted there by another species to control access. Assessment: avoid contact to prevent injury. May mark cave mouths. This one definitely does. Where do I need to scan? This way. Probably this, actually. I'll scan you. Oxygen tunic. Tunic aeolian, a bizarre animal that splits seawater into hydrogen, on which it feeds, and oxygen, which it releases. It feeds on hydrogen? Interesting. 1. Tunic. Like earthly tunicates. This is a complex animal with a heart, nerve cord, and a flexible exterior shell, the tunic. Radiolytic metabolism. At the heart of the oxygen tunic is a nugget of radioactive metals such as uranium, radium, or thorium. Radiation from this nugget splits water into hydrogen and oxygen through radiolysis. The oxygen tunic retains the hydrogen to feed an internal colony of sulfur-reducing bacteria and releases the excess oxygen. 3. Blue glow. Cherenkov radiation from the core excites radioluminescent pigments in the tunic, producing a distinctive blue glow. This may be a warning to would-be predators that the oxygen tunic releases poisonous quantities of oxygen. 4. Implications for life on this world. The oxygen tunic's metabolism suggests that this world has an energetic geology and a biosphere adapted to use radiation as a food source. It also has interesting implications for life without sunlight. On Earth, even deep-sea vents depend on oxygen produced by photosynthesis. No such dependency exists here. Assessment: emergency oxygen source for divers. Beware that repeated use could lead to radon buildup, with serious health risks, including cancer. Let's just be drinking water then. If you don't mind. Let's see. Feather kelp. Just get my cancer bubble here. Oh. Databank entry coming soon. Noted. Something. Oh, it's a water slug. Alright, the water slug. Water slug. Tentatively sea slug hydro class. A biological enigma that converts seawater into drinkable fresh water. Oh, how convenient. Microbial fuel cell. Removing salt from the seawater is energy intensive. Nonetheless, the water slug does it. Perhaps as a byproduct of an internal microbial reactor that feeds on waste in the seawater. 2. Freshwater reserve. A hydrophobic plastic bulb that protects the slug from rapid dehydration by seawater. 3. Plankton farm. The slug's water bulb holds a highly productive plankton species, turning light into food. Freshwater may be necessary for the plankton's chemistry, or it may be a prison, a way to keep the plankton from leaving. Vampiric aura. The water slug's developed beak has a sharp cutting surface, possible evolutionary history as a parasite or commensal, tapping a host's blood and filtering out toxins. Assessment: only nearby source of drinkable water. Advise fabricator cook before drinking. In case of kidney problems, consider allowing the water slug to feed on your blood. I don't know where we got that idea from, but Titanium, Ti, element 22. A light, strong, non-conductive, non-reactive metal, perfect for underwater construction. Won't corrode. Binds with oxygen to form minerals like rutile and anatase. which are likely embedded in bedrock on the seafloor. Osseointegral metal, I don't know what that means, can be fused directly and safely to bone. Organisms on the bombardment world Chaka, and more recently encountered variants of the crop Onos, Xenorhinald, both incorporate titanium into their bio. You know what? I give up on that. I give up on that one. That one was just rough. Medical gel sack. I didn't even see that.
This colony of worms in a shared membrane has no earthly analog. You have discovered a new clade. Naming rights may be auctioned off or reserved as a gift for that special someone in your future.
That was stupid. I should think that said acid. Pick you guys up because I need you. I'm just gonna scan all this stuff and read it.
Oxygen.
I don't need oxygen, I just need this. Fine. It might just give me cancer though, that's the only downside. Come here.
Oxygen.
A bunch of things above me that I have not seen. Still with dragon skill. First, let's get air. There we go. What am I not seeing? Oh, this. With organ. Interesting. And you're marking a cave entrance. You have a water slip. Yeah, that's interesting. Alright, I think I'm gonna head back up into, it said coral mash. I think I might be able to do that. I just need ability with that too. Just aware that I can't eat literally like anything. Anything else to scan around here for now? Perfect. I think I might leave this episode off here after I figure all this stuff out. I can't eat it yet. And I need a fully functional thing. I'm actually gonna drop you guys. Wait, if I eat
Critical warning.
Yeah, I can't eat
Stomach
that.
failure. Expected caesarean proteins. Found unknown alien tissue.
Yeah, I figured that one out the hard way. Actually, hold on. Let me actually just consume. Okay, so I don't want to do. They just think of that ability to that, but everything else probably. Might as well make water out of him. And no, you have anything to say? Alright, I think that's a good place to leave it off for this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, leave a like, and if you really enjoyed it, you could even subscribe, but I'm not going to ask you to do that if you don't want to. That's alright. Thank you for sticking around, and as always, see you in the next episode. Bye bye.